Ready, set, go.
Yeah, welcome back. Welcome back. Vampire Therapist. We're back. I think we had just finished our first therapy session. We had just finished the first session with our first client, which was exciting. So we had just finished getting debriefed with Andromacos, and well, it's time I got me some grub. And by grub I mean blood.
Minigame.
Oh yeah, I remember not liking this minigame.
I can do it.
Maybe. Well, that's it. My first client. Can't believe I'm doing this therapy stuff already. I don't even have a degree.
Me neither, technically.
That's true. I sure could use a drink. I'll check in with Crimson. Do you want this? Because you're only doing one voice today.
Do one voice today.
Do you want to do this one to be your voice?
Okay.
Do you remember what? Yeah.
No.
It was like German accent, but like low and sultry.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, if
Yeah.
it isn't Yosemite Sam, how are you doing tonight, partner?
Better already hearing someone from the States who knows the lingo.
I'm not from any state, cowpoke. District of Columbia girl here.
Nice. I figured you must have been coastal. You sound a little more
Oh,
polished
she's
than
not
I
German. Oh, she's hella American.
do. Well, I mean, yeah, Colombian.
District of
Oh,
Columbia.
DC, yeah, you're right. Yeah,
Oh.
you're right.
Alright, well now I know.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you don't turn the voices
I mean,
on.
maybe she's been spending long enough at a Euro club in Germany that she's just picked up the accent.
Do you think you've picked up a West Coast accent?
Hard to know.
Doesn't really have one.
Yes,
don't
you
think
do. There is a West Coast accent.
It's hard to tell.
Like you find it in Seattle and Oregon as well. I know that I have a different accent than Canadians from Vancouver.
Okay.
Like
I haven't
like
really
the
noticed it.
the Vancouver accent is different from the Albertan accent.
Right.
Yeah, which then implies the existence of a Vancouver accent.
I think it's just that an Albertan accent is just so much more distinct
Sure.
than a West Coast one.
Right. Yeah.
I think I've heard the West Coast like Vancouver accent is kind of like the catch-all like Pan-American
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah,
There's
kind
nothing
of.
really distinct to it. I do say car.
Car. Yeah. Car.
You say Vancouver with an N.
Vancouver.
Vancouver.
I think I do that too.
Oh, you've assimilated.
Vancouver. Yeah.
Assimilated.
Yeah. Toronto.
Toronto.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan. It's not Saskatchewan.
Laply my fine.
Saskatchewan.
Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
Quebec.
Get back. You're learning here now.
I don't speak French.
Yeah. No. Second official language, my ass.
I don't speak it.
I know some.
I just
As I know you do as well.
I-
You know some French.
I just spent a month there and learned it in school from kindergarten to university.
Yeah. I learned it from kindergarten to grade 8.
Oh, okay.
And that also does not include the time that I was homeschooled, which was a lot.
Did you learn a lot of French when you were homeschooled?
No, I learned some French in homeschool. At a certain point I started learning Spanish.
That's tight.
Yeah.
Spanish, look. I say this as someone that speaks French.
Uh-huh.
Spanish is where it's at.
Right.
I also say this
Which
as someone with
yeah.
an ethnic background dominated by Spanish ancestry.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of where it's at.
Yeah.
It's a lot easier It's a lot more straightforward, spelling and pronunciation wise.
That's true. Yeah. Spelling when it comes to like nonsensical French when it comes to nonsensical spelling is like right up there with Irish.
Yes.
But I would prefer Irish.
Okay.
It makes even less sense in certain cases, but it just sounds more fun.
Right.
It's just a more pleasing language to listen to.
Yes. I don't know that I don't speak French.
I don't speak much Irish anymore.
Anymore?
I keep mentioning my pandemic project.
Oh, yeah.
Was learning Irish.
Fascinating.
Yeah. I remember very little of it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever hosier be singing in Unreal on Earth is what I've learned.
Yeah.
You should hear my German.
Okay.
Oh, you should hear my German.
Maybe some other time. My brain's full tonight. Had my first therapy session with a real client tonight.
Oh, yeah. How do you think it went?
Is that just your, like, general American accent?
Yeah.
General American?
I was waiting for that.
Yeah. It went pretty good.
I think so.
I think it went great. I reckon it was a bullseye on my end. You should have seen me. Labeling. Blam! Disqualifying the positive. Kapow!
I'm glad to hear it. Someone has got to sort these vamps out. They know how to hold on to their problems.
Vamps, brackets, derogatory. You ain't kidding. Living or dead, once people hit 70, they get pretty dang set in the ways.
You know Andy still uses a typewriter? I can't get that gorgeous man to see the light.
Well, also not, because he'll die.
Can't see the... Yeah.
Because he'll die.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
What?
I know that when you had just a slight, like, tremble in your breath, and I knew you were about to tell me something.
No, I'm about to ask a really stupid question.
Okay.
Um...
That's what the hesitation was.
Yeah. You know how there's, like, blue light that comes from your phone?
Uh-huh.
Is it the same kind of light that comes from the sun that's bad for you? Or are they two different lights?
So. I don't think that's UV rays.
Okay.
Because you can't get a sunburn from your phone.
No, but you can, like, fry your eyeballs.
You strain your eyeballs. That's a different thing.
That's what I'm saying.
You're not frying them.
Okay.
But if you look at any bright light for too long,
Okay,
you're
so
gonna
like a
strain your
cell
eyeballs.
phone wouldn't kill a vampire.
Probably not. But I understand the thought process now. Now that we've arrived at the end, yeah.
Okay. Keep it up, cowboy. You're a breath of fresh air for these ancient ones.
Anyone ever tell you what you're wise beyond your years, Crimson? You must have had some life.
Afraid I'm exactly as wise as my years. How old do you think I am, cowboy?
How old does Crimson look? I'm going like late 20s, early 30s.
Could be anywhere from
I'm going
24
32.
to 45.
I'm going 32.
Right in the middle?
Yeah, I think she might be the same age as Clay.
Sure.
30. Would you go any higher or lower?
30, sure.
Yeah. You're somewhere around 30, right?
Close, but very far away.
What the fuck does that mean?
I'm 50
What?
years young.
What? 50? I died around that age and I look like shit. You don't look like shit, Sam. You're a handsome boy. But you ain't a vampire.
Like I told you, I'm Andy's blood partner.
Ah.
He shares his blood with me too, just not enough to turn me into one of you.
Gotcha.
Right, we got a Renesmee situation. A little bit of both.
Renesmee.
Yeah, resume.
Mm-hmm.
I've been 30 for a good while now.
Wow. But you ain't joining our team? That sounds like a story.
Not for tonight, buckaroo. I bet you're thirsty after a big night.
Andy told me to give this to you.
Andy told me to give this to
Oh,
you.
shit. Sorry. Oh,
Invite me
yeah?
onto your little video and steamroll over the one voice I decided to do today.
I was assuming there was alternating lines. What is it?
We had a group of Americans come in last week who donated their blood.
Oh, shit.
Shot. Andy can't stand the stuff. He says the blood glucose levels are too high, but he thought you'd appreciate it.
Nice. Nice bit of Texas tea. Oh, it ain't so bad. I gotta ask, though. What does Andy's blood taste like?
To me, it tastes like life itself, cowboy.
Damn. I ain't sure I understand.
Never you mind. Look, Tex, I've got some customers to serve, so go enjoy your juice, okay?
Juice. Okay.
Okay.
Of course. I'm keen to get some rest anyway. You have yourself a fine night, Crimson. Meow. Meow.
She wants to do a voice.
Cranko, do you want to do some voice acting? There he is, my incredible protege. Protege.
Protégé.
Come on now, I have no idea what I'm doing. Evidence stands against that reasoning, my friend. Do we need to talk about disqualifying the positive again?
I remember that one.
All right, I get it. Guess I've been muddling through okay. You've been doing wonderfully. I hope you are ready for a bit of a challenge tonight. Oh. Your next client has been known to be somewhat difficult. They're from the manosphere. Here, look at her intake form. Alright, we got Isabella Deet, 550, female from the Renaissance. Isabella d'Este was a key figure in the Italian Renaissance, funding the works of Leo da Vinci, Andrea Mantegna, and Michelangelo. She received.
I think it's Michelangelo.
I know it.
It's Michelangelo.
Right, Michelangelo.
Michelangelo.
Right, Mitchell and Jello.
Michelangelo.
Yeah. She received a humanist education and knows much about history, art, music, and philosophy. She comes from a highly aristocratic background but has endured considerable family issues through the generations. She states that she is undergoing an existential immortality crisis.
I'm glad you're doing this and not me.
Yeah. Suggesting that her life and unlife had both been meaningless. Suggestion? Be exceedingly polite. Isabella d'Este. Dang, she got some funny taste in hats. Didn't they all? I think you should get along quite well then.
Shit.
Oh, shit. I walked right into that one. Isabella is not your average vampire. She was once the powerful matriarch of one of the most influential families in Europe. She fraternized with popes and kings, and she also wielded great power over the art world. Some say she was the model for the Mona Lisa. One of them highfalutin types, huh? I don't think she's gonna like me that much. She is as human as any of us, Samuel. I already know you will find a way to relate with her. If you say so. Remember, you can always seek my advice if you feel lost. You are not alone. But I hear the beating of elegant wings. Breathe, Samuel. Oh, and do be polite. Okay. Okay. Do you want me to do Isabella?
You'd be good at it.
Okay. Goodness, so you are the new therapist that Drovicos told me of. I was not expecting someone so arrogant. Sam Walls at your service, ma'am. You are a therapist? That's what I'm here for, ma'am. Enough of this, ma'am. I am not running a house. You may call me a signor. Ooh. It's Signora. Alright, Signora. You ever seen my what? Have you been peeking under my skirts, a young man?
Seen your nuts.
What are you talking about, lady? Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we're in for it now. Signor. Ah. Say it. Signora. 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 Signora? For goodness sake, this is not going to be easy, is it? Therapy ain't never easy, Signora. So therapy is always easy then. I said it ain't never easy, Signora. Is therapy easy or is it not? Ain't never. Ain't not ever. Not, I guess. How are we to examine my inner demons if your own speech is so diabolical? You know what? Let's start over. Greetings and salutations, Signora. I'm most honored to receive you in my humble office. Very well. I suppose it will do. I'm just here to help, Signora. Says here on your intake forms you've been having a tough time lately. A tough time, indeed, yes, it has been a tough time. The realization that not only am I a corpse, but that I have been a useless corpse for nearly 400 years is a tough time. Existential crisis, Krinko.
She can't spell that.
She doesn't know.
She can't spell.
She can't.
Oh.
She doesn't even know what a vampire is.
Oh.
She doesn't even know what garlic is.
Touching your little face. Boink.
Boink. My snoot has been booped. Wow. Doesn't that just make you think?
No.
No. So what set off this feeling that you're a corpse? I saw a film at the cinema. That did it.
What film was it?
Sonic and the Hedgehog. It was with the one with Jim Carrey.
Shadow. It's the third one, where there's the dead.
Keanu Reeves.
The dead
The dead.
girl.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
Vaguely.
There's the dead girl.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh shit, that meetup.
That's crazy. Yeah.
What?
Hey, I love the cinema. Bond with her over
Hollywood glamour. No.
actors.
Yeah.
Hot dang, them actors can really light up the screen sometimes.
Uh-huh.
I'll admit, I'm pretty into the celebrity gossip scene. Who's hooking up with who's making waves. Can't get enough of it. Is that true, Sam? Are you into the celebrity gossip scene? A foolish obsession. One must appreciate the art, not the artiste. If common mortals knew what Caravaggio had done in his free time, they would burn every one of his paintings.
Whoa. What have you been up to?
What was Caravaggio doing? They'd have to know who Caravaggio is first. Oh, Sam.
buddy.
Oh, Sam. Oh, do you know who Caravaggio is? Maybe let's get back to talking about what it was you saw at the cinema. It was a most terrible film, one that shook me to my core. The pain of it lingers with me still 5 years later. So it was a new film.
Oh, maybe it was Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Or the first Sonic the Hedgehog 5 years ago.
Oh, it was, yeah.
Yeah.
That was the last movie I saw before the pandemic.
Yeah.
I double featured it with a black and white showing of Parasite.
Amazing. Right, I remember you talking about this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, a
then-
retroactive Barbie.
And then I had a
Barbenheimer.
really strong cookie.
Right,
Did not have
Yes.
a good time.
right.
I'm sure she felt the same way.
I'm sure. We should probably get you. There we go.
Thank you, now I can see.
Yeah.
No.
Well, okay. Movies can be pretty powerful. Heck, I remember seeing one of the first films. There was a train coming right for the audience. We thought we were dead for sure.
Well, the first films. Ah!
This film was not powerful. It was a meaningless. It said nothing, did nothing, less than nothing, as loudly as and garishly as possible. And the audience, fools that they were, cheered, applauded this desecration of the mind. I hated this film with all of my being. For it has done the cruelest thing. It has revealed the dark truth. This life that I cling to has no purpose.
Interesting.
I really want to know what movie this was. It was Fast and Furious.
Was there a Fast and Furious movie in 2020?
There must have been.
Oh, okay.
Dang. What the heck was this movie? Space Wars, Rise of the Space Walker.
Whoa.
I did a different accent for that, but it's fine. Wait a minute. Space Wars? The big science fiction franchise?
Not to be confused with Spaceballs.
Absolutely not. You know they're making another one of those?
Another Spaceballs?
Yeah.
After all.
Mel Brooks is reprising his role as Yogurt.
After all
He's in
this
his.
time.
He's gonna be 100 years old by the time the movie comes out.
After all this time. Just when we needed it most.
Yes, I believe it is important to understand the modern media diets. Well, that's a movie that gave you your personal crisis? Mind your tongue. Do not think me a fool. I know it was not high art, but the money it made. What are you doing?
Hi, Art.
Oh, nice. It would make even the Pope blush. Which one?
The one.
Oh. He's a stinking trash. This is what the people want? You see, I understand now. My attempts to infuse art with meaning were pointless. All that I am, all that I ever was, is dead. That sounds like some Nosferatu thinking.
Yup.
You don't seem that dead to me. We're having this conversation, ain't we? You ain't just lying there decomposing. It is no different. I might as well be rotting in the ground. I think you might get pretty bored. Are you getting smart with me, boy? Look, I'm just talking facts. If you're saying all yours dead, I think you might be doing some Nosferatu thinking. It ain't black and white. You hear? But let's go back to what you were saying. Once I elevated art and all the world benefited. Why have I lost my power to elevate art now?
That sounds like a control fallacy to me.
Yeah, I would agree. All the world benefited? There's a lot of people, at least 4. And they've got a lot of different preferences, at least 4. You can't get them all, can you?
You can get 3.
At least. But I could, once upon a time.
Classic case of it's not just Italy.
You can't reach everybody, Signora. I hadn't even heard of the Mona Lisa until about 1911. Did you have any schooling whatsoever? No, I didn't. But I don't think anyone in my time knew about the Mona Lisa either. Oh, how wonderful. You added to my despair. I'm saying you can't reach everyone, even in your own time. That is a true I doubt the rabble had much of an opinion about the so-called the Great Masters. Well, now we call them the Ninja Turtles.
At least 4.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think one of them, I don't think Raphael was a Renaissance master.
Okay.
The other 3 were.
Yes.
We only know what we know. But you were saying. It was all for nothing. What good was the guiding Da Vinci when they sell the Mona Lisa on beer coasters?
Disqualifying the positive.
Yeah. Come on now. Just because the Mona Lisa's been on a coaster don't mean that it's all it's ever been for. I think you might be downplaying just what an impact you've had on the world. The world needs no help from me to reduce my life's efforts to cheap commodities. So, just because something gets printed on a t-shirt, that cancels out everything that's good about it? Yes, that is exactly what it does. And I thought I was good at disqualifying the positive. It should not be so. Or it should have a meaning, a purpose. Beauty should expose the truth.
That's a lot of shoulds.
That's shoulds. Yeah, you're right. You're saying art should have meaning and purpose? Does all art need those things? What is the purpose of creation anyway? Otherwise, we're getting real platonic about this.
Look around and have fun.
You ain't never seen the Minions movies?
I have.
I haven't, and I don't want to.
And that's art, baby.
Uh-huh. How about if I just like doodling? Ain't that a good enough reason to draw? You think I came out of the pussy drawing fucking Mozart?
I'll be singing Michelangelo.
It is a pointless reason. Maybe I want to do something pointless. All I'm saying is I don't have the same shoulds you do. Perhaps you should. Okay.
Why?
Fucking asshole.
Why?
But I don't. I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do. Which is speaking like a peasant. Heck, that's what I am, Senora. Ain't nothing gonna change that reality. Let's get back to what you were saying. But it seems I am just a dead woman, a walking corpse who is not worth listening to. I should walk into the sun. That sounds like labeling.
I think so.
Nice! We're freaking nailing this. Now, why you gotta go and call yourself names? They are not the names, they are my reality. I'm a dead woman and I am a corpse, am I not? Is that all you are? This is how I am defined by the world. Seems to me you're the one using them names. Hell, I think I'd be a little afraid of calling you a corpse. As you should be. Allow me to continue. You know, you make me sound rather mad, like an old woman railing at the world, screaming into the void, all to no purpose. Look, Senora, all I'm trying to do is show you where you're a little rigid in your thinking is all. You're expecting a lot from the world and a lot from yourself. It ain't no surprise that you're gonna be disappointed over and over again. I suppose that is some insight. Indeed, I have been in a state of disappointment from the moment I was 16.
Girlhood.
Feel that?
Girlhood.
What happened when you were 16? I got married.
Woof.
Oh! It was the Renaissance.
Marriage is just buying a house for someone you hate.
Oh! Who said that?
It was from The Nice Guys. Do you
Right,
remember we
yes.
watched it?
Yes.
It really stuck with me.
It's a good line.
Then what's dating?
It's renting an apartment.
With someone you hate?
By Russell Crowe's logic, apparently. I think I get it. You absolutely do not get it. You're a man. Well then, help me understand. Frankie, my husband, he thought that the meaning of the disappointment.
Whoa.
I like that she calls him Frankie.
Frankie.
Whoa, hey, it's just Frankie.
Frankie.
He taught me the world was built upon lies. These things men proclaim as values, truth, beauty, the spiritual, they were all a fiction. But if men did not live according to principle, I would. I would set the example and shame them all. That sounds pretty good. I like that. And what a fool I have been to think humanity had greater aims. What's this greater aim you're talking about? I received a humanist education as a child. I was taught that the pathway to God was through rationality and a questioning mind, not slavish devotion to tradition. The world is not Eden, but it could be, or so I thought. So you're talking about a literal pathway to God.
Literally.
Literally a stairway to heaven.
Literally sign of the cross
And
right
she's
now.
literally buying the stairway to heaven.
In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
And also,
Literally.
God be with you,
Amen,
literally.
literally. And
No, fool. A pathway to godliness, to live according to our natures, our true natures. You mean being Italian? You mean being... I think Italian might be the most polite one. Either Italian or vampires.
Italian.
Yeah.
Do it.
You mean being Italian?
Italian.
Italian?
Italian.
Madre de Dio. What are you talking about? What is an Italian?
Italian.
Oh, yes. At her time, it was just a bunch of city-states.
Oh,
There was no Italy.
Oh.
No Italia.
no Italian.
I care nothing of nations and their petty squabbles. Like humans, they die and are forgotten. Oh, sorry, I just figured on account of the accent and all. What accent? Never mind. Well, talk to me about this pathway to God. How do you reckon we find this path? I reckon nothing. I've always known that we can find our way back to God by fulfilling our human potential to be the greatest souls possible.
Could be a control fallacy.
Yeah. Yeah. Nice. You really think we've got that much control, Senora? All we gotta do is be perfect, and we've got our pathway to the Almighty. Yes, it seems quite clear to me. Senora, if that's how it is, it ain't no wonder you ain't forgiving yourself or anyone for the slightest mistakes. I would ask myself if anyone really has that much control, but keep talking. I've always known we must master ourselves and our baser instincts. Virtue must triumph over vice.
That's either a should.
Yeah, we
think that's a
must.
should.
Yeah. Oh,
Oh.
you know, there have been many entities over time that have tried to control humanity. They have all failed, and the Senora would do well to remember it. Oh, so it's a control fallacy. Gotcha. Okay. You've been around a while, Senora. In all that time, when have we mastered ourselves and our baser instincts? Not this single day. Men especially have no bottom to their depravity.
You should meet lesbians.
No bottoms? Have you met... You're from Renaissance Italy.
So no bottoms?
You must have met Michelangelo.
So no bottoms? Where
Did-
the girls at?
Yeah. All right, fair enough. So us fellas have disappointed you every day for a few hundred years, right? Ain't that proof that nothing you do is gonna change that? An evil thought, Mr. Samwells. But true, I concede. We're in agreement then. It's a little bit of a control fallacy to think that's going to change because of you. Let's keep going. I've always known that the earthly lives we lead are disgusting and only war and death can come off them.
That's some black and white.
Yeah.
Blah.
Hold up there just a sec, cowpoke. Stop. Cowpoke.
Call me cow.
No. I knew you were going to react that way. I'm quick on the draw with that one. No. You really think all we can do is sow death and destruction? I do not support cows. Do I look like a farmer?
Whoa.
Come on, Senora. You've been alive to see, what, 15, 20 William people live and die?
Krillian.
Maybe a Krillian.
Maybe a Krillian.
You really saying death and destruction is all each and every one of them ever amounted to? Well, perhaps not individually, but as an immortal, I look at the greater arc of history. Most of us ain't looking to contribute to the greater arc of history, but that don't mean life's pointless. That's some Nosferatu thinking, I'll tell you what. But let's continue. I've always known that people have become fat and lazy, and living within the Garden of Eden is impossible in such a state.
That also sounds like...
That might be a control fallacy.
No.
Because labeling is more a self-labeling deal.
It's either control or another Nosferatu thinking.
Yeah. I'm gonna try Nosferatu. No. Our esteemed client is very good at coming up with names for others, isn't she? Perhaps you can call... Oh, it is labeling. Interesting.
Intuition.
Interesting.
Your intuition.
Intuition.
Literally lose your intuition.
It's labeling.
Literally do that.
Would you ever do that with your long-term care clients?
Literally.
What's that song that makes you think about the sunshine? Literally.
This is literally taking me out to the ball game.
No.
Right now. Literally take me out to the ball game.
Take me out literally to the crowd.
Literally let me root for the home team.
Sounds to me like you're coming up with labels for kicking people out of Garden of Eden. Is that all we amount to? Fat and lazy? Look around your own country, boy. Look at me. See my disgusting rolls and saggy features. She doesn't look that bad. Would you let me into the Garden of Eden? Yeah, sure. Sure. Why the heck not? I'm glad you are not the gatekeeper then.
Woof.
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 You'd rather have a gatekeeper who wouldn't let you in? Listen, senor, you gotta go easy on yourself with them labels. Let's keep talking, though. I have always known that we should act with dignity if we would take our place at God's side once more. Is that a control fallacy?
That's a should.
Oh, yes, you're right. I didn't notice the word should. I think this here's the meat of it, senora. The filet mignon.
I won't be feeling any minions.
I feel your French is even worse than your Italian.
Guess what I said.
No.
I won't be feeling any minions.
Nice.
Feeling.
Right, yes.
Thank you for laughing. And scene.
Here's the thing, senora. Who came up with all them shoulds that'll take you to God? Why, the greatest thinkers of history that I studied in my youth. Plato, Aristotle, Cicero. I don't know enough about Cicero. Aquinas. Sounds like a bunch of dead guys to me. Oh, shit! If
they were so smart, then why aren't they vampires?
Fucking poetics my ass.
Literally.
They really had it all figured out way back when, huh? Well, of course not. How foolish do you think me? Not at all, Senora. Just questioning where all them shoulds are coming from. Let's keep going. So you think you are so very clever, do you, boy, that by pointing out my distortions you have won? That is where you are truly the fool. I already know how wrong I have been, and that I have been chasing an impossible fiction all of my life.
Okay, we could have started there if you knew that.
Great, we could have just, yeah.
We could have started from here.
Indeed, I now believe that even if we did follow the pathway to God, once we reached the end, we would discover that he too was a work of a fiction. Sure. Some Shadow the Hedgehog shit right here. When I say a god, I mean the goodness, propriety, intelligence. God himself is a lie. I see. So you've lost your faith. Yes. It has crumbled to dust, much like myself in this fat, wretched old body. You don't look that bad!
You can hop on a treadmill.
Yeah.
You can swim some laps. Won't kill
Like,
you.
I don't know how old she was when she turned, but like...
My earbud broke.
Oh,
It's
though.
okay, keep going. I'm gonna fix it. It's okay.
Beauty and the truth are lies. Ideas developed by ugly men to justify their existence. I mean...
Well,
Well, we occupy ourselves chasing those ideals that create space wars
Space
to
War.
leech our money and our vitality.
Huh? Fighter of the Night Wars.
And to think, they call me a judgmental while they created the false ideal to judge against. False ideal? We're getting platonic about it, are we? You don't think I'm a judgmental, do you? A little bit.
Oh.
Just a little.
If this was my client, straight up, and they were like, "Do you think I'm a judgmental person?" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah. What do you think I'm gonna say? Yeah.
You're doing nothing but
I wouldn't put it that way exactly. Besides, I ain't gonna call you names. In fact, that's where I want to challenge you. Senora, I think the person you're judging more than anyone is yourself.
Well.
I know you got raised with all them high ideals. High ideals. Yeah. So of course you're getting disappointed when nobody can reach them. That's some heavy pressure. Not just on them, but on yourself. I'd ask yourself what all that pressure's doing for you. Is it bringing you any satisfaction? We can't always control what things are going to be. Is it not acceptable? Oh.
Okay.
Oh, well, okay.
Womp womp.
I guess I'm just gonna... I guess I'll just fuck myself. Is this... Control fallacy or Nosferatu? Control fallacy.
I think so.
I think so. Yes.
Wow.
I got some bad news for you, Senora. None of us really has the power to change the world on our own. Not even a clever lady like yourself. I suggest we start working on ways of helping you find a way to accept the world for what it is. But the world is abased and unworthy. Remember that term I told you about? Nosferatu thinking? You're gonna strip all the color out of the world if you keep doing that. Nice, he's making new use. Very good. World's a lot more than just base and unworthy. Nosferatu thinking. I'm not used to having my own thoughts thrown back at me. That's right here, ain't it? I ain't gonna help you change the world, Senora. All I can do is help you find some other perspectives. I suppose there is a certain simpletons of wisdom in the way you speak. Sure, we'll take it. Thanks, I guess. Very well, boy, I will consider what you have said. We'll meet again in exactly 4 weeks. Do we have an understanding?
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes, indeedy, Signora.
Indeedy.
Ugh. Please learn to speak properly by then.
No.
No.
It's part of the therapy.
Well done, Samuel. I believe you handled Signora d'Este quite well. You kidding? That lady straight up hates my guts. Samuel, if Isabella d'Este hated your guts, she would not be shy about telling you so. That I believe. The older we get, the harder it is to gain a different perspective. Have patience. We are not all as wise as Samuel was. Oh, stop! So, Andy. Oh. Guess it's just that simpleton's wisdom, as the Signora called it. Do not. Oh wait, that's the wrong accent. Do not adopt a label, Samuel. I will not stand for it.
Don't put yourself down, Pookie.
I know she was a challenge, but you rose to it, as I knew you would. I think you deserve a night of hard drinking. What do you say?
Hard drinking or drinking hard?
Hard drinking.
Why not drink and be hard?
You don't need to tell me twice. All right, Andy. I'll see you later then. Indeed, Samuel. Enjoy yourself. Excellent work tonight. Rest in peace. And also with yours. Peace.
Literally, amen.
Nice. We got a little bit of more time. Yeah. Oh, journal. Oh, Isabella d'Este thinks her life was meaningless because modern art is meaningless too. Apparently, the rise of the Spacewalker movie set her off extremely high-minded, major issues with the former husband, thinks most people are corrupt, especially menfolk. Used to be a devout Catholic, not so much anymore, likes to be in control, maybe a lot of control fallacies. Next time I'll dig into the family stuff. Seems like there's a lot of anger there.
Dear Diary.
Dear Diary. Dr. Drain. Oh, okay, that's it. Dang.
Fine.
I think that's enough abuse for one night. I could use a drink and a quiet night.
Me.
Feel
Me
that.
as hell. Hey, cowboy, why the long face?
Did a horse just walk into a bar, or is it you?
Or is your face long?
Or are you happy to see me?
Is there a horse in this bar, or are you happy to see me?
That's pretty good. I used to say the same thing to my princess. I'm assuming that's his horse.
Your daughter?
My horse, actually. She never really understood the joke, but I still like telling it to her. It's alright, girl.
It's the what we do in the shadows bit
Yeah.
about his horse and how he had to eat his
Oh!
horse. A Spam John.
Oh,
Eventually we had to eat him.
oh,
He was delicious.
oh.
You didn't answer my question, gunslinger. What's got you down?
Oh, I just finished up with my second client. She gave me a tongue lashing to remember her by. Oh, worm? Tongue lashing? You ever talk to someone who's so educated and refined that they make you feel like a space alien?
Only everyone I ever met in law school. At least until I learned to speak their language.
Finish. You're a lawyer?
Was. And no, I wasn't the blood-sucking kind before you start with the vampire joke.
Nice.
Just a wide-eyed DC do-gooder. But I get what you're talking about. People can use language like a membership card. You don't speak the lingo, you don't get in.
That's just what I mean. I just ain't sure I got the lingo for a 500-year-old high society Renaissance woman.
Well, how do you think your session went? You think she heard you?
I think she heard us.
A little bit.
Yeah. Well, she did say that I'd given her some stuff to think about, and to tell the truth, she seemed kind of embarrassed about that.
So what? If she heard you, I'd take the dub, cowboy.
Take the W? What, the wagon?
The win, Graham. Fat dubs. Maybe she
Take
isn't
the
gonna
fat dub, bro.
take the fatty dub, literally. Maybe she literally isn't gonna relate to you, but that doesn't mean she can't hear you.
Whoa. It's crazy.
Whoa.
You're probably right. I guess I'll take the W.
Yeah. Hit that dub.
And while you're at it, I'll take some B too. That's blood. See?
So cute. Wow, look at him go. What are you in the mood for? Men? Women? A sinister third something a little off the beaten path? The three genders?
I identify as a little off the beaten path.
I identify as the other side of the train track.
I think I'll have some takeaway tonight. What you got?
Here, try this. Should put some color in those cheeks.
All four of them.
It's just blood with a shit ton of green food coloring in
it. It's a Caesar, but it's blood.
It's a Caesar with green food coloring to put
Yeah,
color in
because it's St.
his
Patrick's
cheeks.
Day.
In Germany.
You really ain't squeamish, huh, Crimson?
Nah, healthy blood never
Nah.
hurt anyone. I've been hanging around vampires for 20 years and they aren't so scary.
Not even Bird.
Well, that old pointy-eared teddy bear, he's a total sweetheart. Unless someone gets aggressive or touchy with the customers.
What does he do then?
Get a stern warning.
Wow.
Blah.
And if they don't listen?
Well, then he eats them!
As you do, that's protocol. Maybe he is a teddy bear. I met Teddy Roosevelt back in the night, and I'm pretty sure you would have done the same thing.
No, Teddy was a freak like that.
Speaking of which, I got a thirst something fierce. Think I'll head back to my coffin for a little rest, but you have a good night, Crimson.
You too, Sam. Don't let the Draculas bite.
Unless.
Blah.
I forgot this was our coffin. Time to crack open a warm one.
Whoa.
That's good stuff. Now maybe I can find a quote from one of my favorite books that'll give me a little inspiration. Or I could watch the Three Stooges hit each other a whole bunch. Or I could just go to sleep. What is it gonna be, Sammy boy? What do we want to do? Throw, Three Stooges, sleep.
Sometimes after a long day of clients that really want to push buttons.
After 15 replays of Take Me Out to the Ball Game.
I love it personally.
Okay.
They're the ones that have to endure it.
Right.
I just like to go home and watch some stupid TV.
So Three Stooges.
I would watch some Three Stooges.
Sam's equivalent of Jacksepticeye.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I go home. I watch Markiplier in a little submarine.
Yeah.
And I don't think about my job.
Nice. Three Stooges. I never get tired of these jokesters. Nice. Oh, wow. It is literally the Three Stooges. Literally
Literally
the
disorder in the
Three
court.
Stooges.
Disorder in the little court.
Is it gonna actually play the whole... It's gonna play the whole episode.
Let's fucking go.
Oh my god. Can we show this? Is this gonna get copyright struck? Or is
Or
this
is this like public?
public domain by now?
Is this fair game? Oh, let's go.
Oh my god. I don't want to watch this on this tiny screen.
What is your name?
Okay?
Oh,
I can't help
we're
but
just getting
feel...
to the good part.
Right. I can't help but feel there's some symbolism to the part where Curly gets his head crushed in a vise.
Whoa.
Alright, that's enough for one night. Time for some rest. I hope my next client will be a little easier. And with that, it is in fact enough for one night. So we're going to end the episode here.
We're going to sleep.
And then we're going to sleep because I have an early morning.
Reasonable hour.
Reasonable hour.
When the sleep schedules finally align. Right.
Oh. Sure. Yeah.
He's learning.
No. Thanks for watching. If you're enjoying yourselves, click the like button. Just do it.
Please.
You can leave your thoughts in the comments, as well as any other games that you would like to see us play. And if you haven't subscribed, now's the time to do that. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.